Today we are going to be reading And Tango Makes Three. I love this picture of the three penguins. I bet this book is going to be about a family of penguins. Let's read on to find out. So many colors. In the middle of New York City, there's a great big park called Central Park. I've heard of Central Park before, and Central Park is kind of like Crescent Park in Moose Jaw, but a lot bigger. Children love to play there. It has a toy boat pond where they can sail their boats. It has a carousel to ride on in the summer and an ice rink to skate on in the winter. Carousel. I'm a little bit confused by that word. Oh, there's the carousel. Yeah, that reminds me of the carousel at Callaway Park in Calgary. And this skating rink reminds me of the skating rink in Moose Jaw that I used to skate on when I grew up called the Oval, which is in Waccamaw Park. Best of all, it has its very own zoo. I'm confused by that. Best of all, it has its very own zoo. Well, I guess the park has a zoo inside of it. That's different. Every day, families of all kinds go to visit the animals that live there. I bet that these families are going into the zoo to see the animals, maybe even the penguins. But children and their parents aren't the only families at the zoo. I wonder what other type of families there are at the zoo. The animals make families of their own. Oh, I get it. So the animals have their own families too. There are red panda bear families with mothers and fathers and furry red panda bear cubs. There are monkey dads and monkey moms raising noisy monkey babies. The monkey family is like my family, noisy. There are toad families and toucan families, and cotton top tamarin families too. Toucan. I wonder what a toucan is. Oh, I think this is a toucan. I've seen one before on a cereal box. And a cotton top tamarin. Oh, I bet this is a cotton top tamarin. Wow, I'm learning so much already. Look at all of the leaves and trees for the animals to play on. And in the penguin house, there are penguin families. There are so many of them. This reminds me of the penguin house at Calgary Zoo. That is my favorite exhibit there. Every year at the same time, the girl penguins start noticing the boy penguins, and the boy penguins start noticing the girls. I wonder if this happens to be on Valentine's Day. When the right girl and the right boy find each other, they become a couple. Hey, that's just like us. When we find the right person, we become a couple. Two penguins in the penguin house were a little bit different. I wonder why they're different. Sometimes I think I'm different from my family because I'm so short and everyone else is so tall. Let's read and find out. One was named Roy and the other was named Silo. Roy and Silo were both boys, but they did everything together. Okay, I get it now. They're a little bit different because they're both boys, and the other penguin couples were girls and boys. They bowed to each other and walked together. I walk with my friends all the time. They sang to each other, and I'm an awful singer, so I don't do that, and swam together. I love swimming. Wherever Roy went, Silo went too. They didn't spend much time with the girl penguins, and the girl penguins didn't spend much time with them. Instead, Roy and Silo wound their necks around each other. Their keeper, Mr. Gramsay, noticed the two penguins and thought to himself, they must be in love. Roy and Silo watched how the other penguins made a home. It looks like they're making their home out of stones or rocks. look, so they built a nest of stones for themselves. I was right. Every night, Roy and Silo slept there together, just like the other penguin couples. I bet you it took them a long time to build their nest, just like it takes us a long time to build our homes. And every morning, Roy and Silo woke up together, just like my parents do in the morning. But one day, Roy and Silo saw that the other couples could do something they could not. I wonder what it is. Let's read and find out. The mama penguin would lay an egg. Oh, I get it. Roy and Silo are both males, so they can't lay an egg. She and the papa penguin would take turns keeping the egg warm until finally it would hatch, and then there would be a baby penguin. Look at all the penguin families. Maybe Roy and Silo will be lucky enough to get an egg from somebody else. Roy and Silo had no egg to sit on and keep warm. They had no baby chick to feed and cuddle and love. Their nest was nice, but it was a little empty. This reminds me of my parents because my mom and dad actually couldn't have any kids either themselves. They needed help. But look how perfect their nest is. One day, Roy found something that looked like what the other penguins were hatching and brought it to their nest. I wonder if he found an egg. It was only a rock. Oh, he didn't find an egg. He just found a rock. But Silo carefully sat on it and sat and sat. When Silo got sleepy, he slept, and when Silo was done sleeping and sitting, he swam. And Roy sat. Day after day, Silo and Roy sat on the rock. They were doing so much sitting. It's kind of like a chicken when a chicken lays an egg. But nothing happened. Oh no, maybe they can get an egg. Then Mr. Gramsay got an idea. I wonder what Mr. Gramsay's idea is. He found an egg that needed to be cared for and he brought it to Roy and Silo's nest. That's so nice of Mr. Gramsay, and you know what? This is also like my parents because I'm adopted. So somebody else gave me to my parents because they needed help and couldn't have a baby on their own. Roy and Silo knew just what to do. They moved the egg to the center of their nest. Every day they turned it so each side stayed warm. Some days Roy sat while Silo went for food, and other days it was Silo's turn to take care of their egg. When I was younger, my parents used to take turns making me supper, so it's kind of like that. They sat in the morning and they sat at night. They sat through lunchtime, swim time, and supper. You know what? This is kind of like when you're a newborn and your parents have to wake up with you in the middle of the night. They sat at the beginning of the month and they sat at the end of the month and they sat all of the days in between. Until one day they heard a sound coming from inside their egg. I wonder if the egg is going to hatch. Peep, 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 it said. Roy and Silo called back, squawk, squawk. Peep, peep, answered the egg. Oh my goodness. Look, I was right. The egg is hatching. Suddenly, a tiny hole appeared in the eggshell, and then I wonder if the baby bird is going to come out, or the baby penguin, I should say. Crack! I was right. Out came their very own baby. She had fuzzy white feathers. Look at them, they're so cute. And a funny black beak. Now Roy and Silo were fathers. We'll call her Tango. Tango. I wonder why they named her that. Mr. Gramsay decided that because it makes two to make a tango. Roy and Silo taught Tango how to sing for them when she was hungry. They fed her food from their beaks. They snuggled her in their nest. How to sing for them when she was hungry. That confuses me a bit. Maybe it's like when babies cry when they're hungry. I think that's it. Tango was the very first penguin in the zoo to have two daddies. That's so special. Look at all the penguins here. Soon, Tango grew strong enough to leave the nest. Roy and Silo took her for a swim just like all the other penguin families. Maybe that's them. And all the children who came to the zoo could see Tango and her two fathers playing in the penguin house with the other penguins. All of these people look so excited to be there, just like I do when I go to the penguin exhibit at Calgary Zoo. Hooray, Roy! Hooray, Silo! Welcome, Tango, they cheered. This reminds me of a time when I went to see a baby elephant at the Calgary Zoo. At night, the three penguins returned to their nest, just like we go to our beds at night. There they snuggled together, and like all the other penguin families in the penguin house and all the other animals in the zoo and all the families in the big city around them, they went to sleep. The end.